In a statement, the White House said the president and first lady love their son and support him as he continues to rebuild his life. It said they'll have no further comment on the matter. Someone who will comment more on this is federal defense attorney Ronald Chapman II. Ronald, thanks for joining us. The judge hasn't approved the plea deal just yet, but there's a possibility that this investigation into Hunter Biden could be resolved the same time federal charges are filed. How unusual is that bit of choreography?
Well, that's very normal when we have a situation where somebody takes a plea after pretty intense negotiations with the federal government, which we know has gone on here. The investigation has lasted about 5 years. Defense attorney Chris Clark has been representing Hunter Biden for a long time. Hunter Biden paid back the taxes, I believe in 2017 and 2018. And as a result of that, the government has reached a plea deal with him, and they will proceed by filing an information in federal court. And everything's been wrapped up for the judge so that they can make a decision as to whether or not it will be accepted.
Reporting says that prosecutors will recommend probation for the tax evasion charges and a diversion program for the gun charge. He's accused of lying about his drug use on a government form to purchase a firearm. In your history of doing this kind of work, how common is that, and how might pretrial diversion work in this particular instance?
Well, I first have to point out that this is a very unusual charge. I'm certain it's common knowledge that many people who may have used controlled substances may also possess a firearm, but it's technically illegal under federal statutes. And also failing to produce sufficient information when filling out that form is also illegal. But whether or not it's prosecuted remains to be a different question. In fact, this is a very rare type of prosecution. And that's probably one of the reasons pretrial diversion is being proposed in this case for the judge. Just so everybody knows, pretrial diversion is a process by which a defendant agrees not to commit a federal offense for a certain period of time, along with certain other conditions. As a result, when that time period ends, that charge is dismissed. This is a very good deal for Hunter Biden, and likely the reason that deal was struck was because this charge isn't the most serious federal charge that's out there. Certainly not as serious as something like improperly possessing classified information.
Right. There's a ton of criticism coming from the right, calling this a sweetheart deal or a slap on the wrist. We still don't know whether the deal will be approved by a judge, but given your history, how does this proposed deal measure up to others you've seen in your work? You said this is a very good deal, but how does it measure up to others you've seen?
Well, this is a sweetheart deal. I mean, let's be real about it. When you're facing a federal investigation and you get off with a misdemeanor as well as pretrial diversion for a federal felony, you should consider yourself very lucky, and you should certainly thank your defense counsel because they did a wonderful job. But the real question here is, was this a good deal given the defendant's history and characteristics, the circumstances related to the federal offense? And for that, I'd say that this is probably a pretty normal deal that I would see prosecutors reach. We're dealing with 2 misdemeanor tax violation charges. We're also dealing with a very not often prosecuted federal gun charge. And I would say that misdemeanor and pretrial diversion is fine. It certainly is acceptable to the U.S. attorney in this case. I think that what people are doing is weighing these charges against the charges levied against Donald Trump, and also looking at all of the other allegations related to Hunter Biden. And I would say we sentence the crime that is being charged, not the allegations. So if there are other investigations related to those allegations, they should be brought, and then a fair sentence should be determined if there's guilt in those cases as well.
Yeah. Federal defense attorney Ron Chapman. Ron, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.